At the USDA Ag Outlook Forum this week, Ag Secretary Cindy Perdue said Congress would ratify the USMCA by this summer. I asked our trade panel at the Northern Corn and Soybean Expo their outlook on approval since the House was now controlled by the Democrats.
I think that there's a lot, broader economic significance to the economic partnership, really, that we've built with Mexico and Canada over the time that NAFTA has been in place. It would be very difficult to unwind. There would be, I would imagine, a lot of farms that go out of business, quite frankly, if that were to happen. We can't afford to lose this market, so we need Congress to ratify the USMCA. But the beauty of what was achieved in this area and in the biotech area of the USMCA, the beauty of what was achieved is that that sets a standard for us to use in future free trade agreements where some of those issues can cause major trade disruptions. So we can point to those as modernization achievements.
Let's talk a little bit about the global recession and the emerging markets that we are seeing as a result now of the trade war. Where are we looking next? And are there certain countries that we're worried about with that?
I think the economy is not, while it's not as strong as we'd like it to see on a global basis, I think there's a lot of good things happening. And so we are focusing for a long-term effort on some of these places where we do see this economic activity. We see large populations, we see low protein consumption today, and we think a desire to increase that. And that's really the long-term work that our organization is doing, trying to develop these long-term markets for U.S. soy and even U.S. ag products, I think more broadly.
What about corn, ethanol, and DDGs? Emerging markets there, Leslie?
I mean, certainly Asia's really important as a region. We see a lot of potential in Vietnam and the Philippines. And then, there are some barriers to overcome, but certainly Indonesia and India are very attractive future markets.
Talking about how to improve exports to India and per capita consumption-wise, what are the opportunities there?
India is on everybody's target with the population, the demographics of the population, income growth, everything. The problem is there's so many government interventions that are so random over time that nobody knows how to get in.
Let's also talk about Brazil, because obviously they have become a bigger exporter of soybeans now than the U.S. this last year, and especially they've taken the China market. So does that continue to happen here, especially as we start going into our planting season and their harvest is coming in? I know they've had a few production problems in Brazil.
They will continue, I think, to be very aggressive to try and expand their production areas. I understand their new administration is going to look more favorably upon that. I think their whole Minister of Agriculture, Minister of the Environment, I think will be encouraging farmers to be trying to put more land in production. So they're going to be a competitor.